Welcome everyone to this video, where we'll be discussing the results of the WWE Raw episode from November 27th. After his return at the Survivor Series, it was Randy Orton who kicked off the show to a more than delighted audience. He explains that he accepted the invitation of his friend Cody Rhodes to participate in a War Games match, paying homage to the legacy of this match created by Rhodes' father, Dusty Rhodes, and to create a moment. However, another motivation brought him back: settling scores with the Bloodline and each of its members. Orton announces his intention to settle these affairs with the three most dangerous letters in WWE, RKO. However, his speech is interrupted by Rhea Ripley's arrival in the ring. Ripley ironically welcomes Orton's return and points out that despite his return, the attention has shifted to the return of CM Punk. She asserts that since Orton's injury, major changes have occurred in WWE, highlighting the decline of the Bloodline and the emergence of Judgment Day as a dominant force in the company. Ripley recalls her own successes and those of her clan, criticizing Orton for preventing Damian Priest from using his Money in the Bank briefcase and becoming the heavyweight champion at Survivor Series, threatening to go after him. In response, Orton says, "Mommy, Daddy is back," asserting that no one can tell him what to do. Ripley declares that Orton is now the enemy of Judgment Day. Dominik Mysterio and JD McDonough arrive behind Orton and attack him, but the Viper quickly regains the advantage and plants an RKO on JD while Dominik flees. Orton takes the mic and addresses Dominik, stating that he intends to go see Adam Pearce to make a match official with him before the end of the night, a match that was later confirmed, much to Dominik's dismay. It's good to see Randy Orton back, and it looks like he doesn't waste any time. He's already starting a rivalry with Judgment Day and already has the Bloodline in his sights. It promises to be interesting. The evening's first match was a tag team turmoil to determine the #1 contenders for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship. Participants included Alpha Academy, The New Day, Indus Sher, DIY, Imperium, and the Creed Brothers. After over 25 minutes, the Creed brothers emerged victorious, eliminating DIY, The New Day, and Imperium in succession. Julius and Brutus have just arrived, showcasing their undeniable talent and making a strong case for a shot at the tag team titles. They gave their all, with Julius displaying his immense power once again, and it wouldn't be surprising if they become the next tag team champions. Next, Cody Rhodes made an appearance. He expressed gratitude to his team for their War Games victory at Survivor Series, especially thanking Randy Orton, whom he regards as a mentor and a friend. Orton's move, using the crossroads on Damian Priest, paid tribute to the match created by Rhodes' father, Dusty Rhodes. Emotions were visible on Cody Rhodes' face and in his voice. He then addressed the unexpected return of CM Punk, offering a simple welcome. Additionally, he officially announced his participation in the 2024 Royal Rumble match. Suddenly, the lights dimmed, and a video appeared on the giant screen featuring Shinsuke Nakamura backstage. Nakamura addressed Cody Rhodes in Japanese, expressing frustration and determination to break free and evolve. He declared his intention to bring chaos to Rhodes, signaling an end to his patience. Lights return, revealing Nakamura in the ring behind Cody Rhodes. Nakamura spat his mist in Rhodes' face, concluding the promo. Initially anticipated as CM Punk's adversary, it appears Nakamura's target is actually Cody Rhodes, setting the stage for an intriguing rivalry that will likely unfold until the Royal Rumble. A quick note to ask you to like the video and subscribe. It's always appreciated and essential for the channel. Thank you so much. The match between Ivar and Bronson Reed ended in a no contest after a double count out. Reed managed to crush Ivar into the barricade, but Ivar retaliated by hitting Reed with a chair. Both men continued brawling in the crowd as officials attempted to separate them. Ivar then leaped from the top of a transport crate for a cannonball onto Reed. Finally, officials managed to calm the situation, concluding the sequence. This rivalry is far from over, with Reed scheduled for a match on the following NXT, and it's expected that Ivar might launch an attack. Earlier in the day, Nia Jax confronted Zoey Stark and Shayna Baszler in the locker room. Jax provoked Stark, who challenged her to a match, an offer accepted by the irresistible force. As anticipated, Nia Jax emerged victorious, although Zoey Stark put up a strong fight. With Raquel Rodriguez last week and Stark this week, Nia Jax seems steadily moving towards Rhea Ripley and her World Championship title. Seth Freakin Rollins is in the ring, allowing fans to chant his theme for a moment before welcoming everyone to Monday Night Rollins and introducing himself. The crowd starts chanting CM Punk's name. In response, Rollins tells them to carry on and express themselves as he refuses to spend another second discussing the hypocrite. Instead, Rollins shifts focus to what truly matters, the World Heavyweight Championship, emphasizing its significance in the industry. Despite not being fully recovered from War Games, he aims to remain a fighting champion. He mentions discussing matters with Adam Pearce before Drew McIntyre interrupts him. McIntyre acknowledges the recent chaotic 48 hours and congratulates Rollins on his Survivor Series team win. They shake hands without apparent animosity. McIntyre mentions the Judgment Day, who promised him Jey Uso on a silver platter but ended up with a loss instead. He expresses the need to refocus, lessening his fixation on Jey Uso to concentrate fully on the World Heavyweight Championship. Rollins reminds McIntyre of their previous conversation before Crown Jewel, emphasizing that if he beats McIntyre, it's on him. McIntyre agrees, acknowledging his mistake and the hunger it fueled. Devoid of any sympathy or compassion this time, he seeks a rematch. While Seth understands, he believes others are more deserving of a championship match than McIntyre. Rollins then reveals the reason for his appearance. He'll defend his title next Monday on Raw. McIntyre asks against whom Rollins will defend the title. Initially hesitant, Rollins discloses that he will defend against Jey Uso. McIntyre loses his temper, headbutting Seth, causing a cut on his own forehead. He attacks Rollins, demanding if it's a provocation or something personal, highlighting that Seth knows McIntyre defeated Jey 2 weeks ago. Jey Uso enters the ring, joining forces with Seth Rollins to deliver a double superkick to Drew McIntyre, who retreats. This confirms Drew's status as a heel. A promising match between Jey Uso and Seth Rollins is set for the next week. Moreover, Drew McIntyre will face Sami Zayn after Zayn confronted him backstage, seeking an explanation for his attack on Seth Rollins. Backstage, Jey Uso expressed gratitude to Randy Orton for participating in the War Games and apologized for the Bloodline's past actions towards Orton. He acknowledged receiving a second chance on Raw due to Cody Rhodes and is now striving to be better. Orton accepted this, indicating that he needs to settle his differences with the Bloodline, but as long as Jey Uso is no longer involved, there's no issue. However, considering Orton's nature, Jey Uso should be cautious. Orton might not act immediately, but he could potentially turn against Jey in the future, leading to a new heel turn and a highly anticipated match between Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. Moving on to the main event match, Randy Orton predictably dominated and defeated Dominik Mysterio by pinfall with an RKO. J.D. McDonough's interference had no impact, resulting in a tough night for Dominik, to the audience's delight. He didn't have much presence throughout the match, despite attempting a 619 and a splash towards the end. However, Randy evaded Dominik's move and swiftly executed his RKO for the win. The match served as a reminder of the Apex Predator's power and dominance, reiterating it's great to see Randy Orton back in action, showcasing his power slams, DDTs, and especially the RKO, which were sorely missed. CM Punk made his entrance into the ring, welcomed by chants of CM Punk. The Best in the World expressed his disbelief at being back on WWE Raw. He asserted his intention to stay true to himself, and cliché as it may sound, he's back home. Punk affirmed that WWE is his home, acknowledging that the fans never stop chanting his name. He mentioned that the voiceless have found their voice, and he returned because he loves the fans. He admitted he wished he never left, but recounted the advice of a wise man who told him that he had to leave to truly want to come back. Ultimately, everyone welcomed him back to WWE, or at least most did. He indicated that some are afraid because they fear the truth. They're afraid that he might set the bar too high and that the most dangerous and controversial man in the industry has returned, and they can't do anything about it. Some are afraid to realize that their efforts to be the best in the ring, even on commentary, might not be enough because the real best in the world is back, and his name is CM Punk, echoed by the fans. CM Punk's theme played as he looked at the camera saying, "I didn't come back to make friends, I came back to make money," concluding the show. It was a fantastic promo for his return, and fans are eagerly anticipating who will be his first rival. There are countless possibilities for interesting matches. In summary of this Raw, there was a great promo from Randy Orton and a solid return match against Dominik Mysterio. The Creed brothers emerged as the new challengers for the tag team titles. McIntyre couldn't handle the news that Jey Uso would face Seth Rollins for the title and attacked the champion. Nakamura assaulted Cody Rhodes, And CM Punk is back home, regardless of whether it scares some. This Raw, along with Punk and Orton's returns, leaves us hopeful for new rivalries at last. And you, what did you think? Let me know in comments. Thank you for watching and take care.